Hey guys, Original Boris here. Back again for day 5 of the HORRORman's challenge. Today's topic was young moments. Scenes in movies that just reminded us of being young again, made us feel like we were young again. And I got 2 movies to show you, and they're both they both have stories behind them. So, first one that I chose was Stand By Me. And it's not the only thing that really reminds me of my childhood is the railroad tracks. Growing up for 10 years in my childhood, we lived right next to the railroads. There was the place where I lived, and then there was a fence, and then there was the railroad tracks that went all the way through town. And I had friends that would come over, and we would always walk along these railroad tracks. And ironically, there were 4 of us also. And if you walked out of my house and you jumped over the fence, the railroad tracks seemed to take you anywhere around town. If you went south, you would end up at the 7-Eleven and a Safeway. 7-Eleven's not there anymore, it's a Starbucks now. If you went north, it would take you to like the river where all the kids would go fishing and hang out and go swimming, and they would also take us to another friend's house. So we would always walk along these railroad tracks. So watching this movie, it always brings back memories of me and my friends, the 4 of us. Every now and then my cousin would join us, so there were 5 of us. But we would just walk along these railroad tracks, and it was like our little adventure all the time. We would walk to the river and hang out, and just like seeing them all together. They think they're being rebels and wandering into trouble. I remember in this town we got to Washington State Penitentiary, and the railroad tracks lead you past the Washington State Penitentiary. So we thought we were being rebels by walking by there and seeing the inmates playing in the yard. So it brings back memories of every time I watch it. Just reminds me of walking along the railroad tracks. It was always fun. We'd put pennies just to because the train would run them over. We thought that was cool. But this whole movie is just those, these 4 kids going on an adventure and seeing where it took them, and then trying to when the train's after them. There were times where the train would show up, but we wouldn't like try to outrun the train. But this movie is just perfect for a memory of my childhood. The railroad tracks, the 4 kids going on an adventure. That was my childhood with my friends. So, except we never found a dead body. If we did, that was another story. So I won't get into that. But Stand By Me reminds me of childhood. And the next movie I chose was The Burbs. And this one, it doesn't remind me of my childhood, but it reminds me of younger years as a young adult in my 20s. And that was because of the creepy neighbors. And the reason why is because I'm a really busy person. I work a lot. I was going to school. So I don't really have time to, like, a lot of my neighbors sit around on the porches and they talk to each other. I don't do that. I don't go and sit with them. I'm more of I work, go to school. When I was younger, I still do, but I've just always been a very busy person. So I remember like 10 years ago, some friends were giving me a hard time, and they started talking about this movie. And my neighbors were sitting on their porch, and they were all talking, and my friends started giving me a hard time that I was probably like the family from The Burbs. Like, they were probably talking about me having bodies in my backyard and me being the creepy guy because I didn't talk to anybody out there just because I was always really busy. I wasn't being rude, I was just being busy. But my friends compared me to the creepy family from The Burbs, and the rumors that were probably going around the neighborhood that was me in this family, that was the one that had the bodies, and I was the one that had stuff in my cellar. But so this always reminds me of my friends giving me a hard time when I was younger about not being too friendly with my neighbors. I never had any problems with them. I was just a busy person. So choosing The Burbs. And I do not have bodies in my backyard. So Stand By Me because of the railroad tracks with my friends, and creepy guy in the neighborhood that doesn't talk to anybody and there are rumors about him with The Burbs. So those are 2 movies that always remind me of stuff that happened when I was younger. So Stand By Me and The Burbs, those are my 2 choices. Thanks for watching, and looking forward to day number 6. Bye.